Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode in a new series where we at Swedish Metaverse Center are going to be exploring the metaverse. We're going to be guiding you through a variety of metaverse worlds, starting with Decentraland. We will be posting videos, reviews, and other metaverse related things on a regular basis. But the highlights are the live sessions that will be held every Thursday, starting with April the 20th. The live sessions are an opportunity for you to join us as we explore the metaverse and different metaverse worlds. Once again, starting April the 20th with Decentraland. If you want more, I suggest you follow us on the Swedish Metaverse Center LinkedIn page. And if you're curious about the live sessions, I highly suggest that you join our mailing list on our website. There's a link right above. That way, you will receive a notification including instructions on how to join the live session. We would love to have you there. But without any further ado, let's explore Decentraland. Decentraland is one of few metaverse worlds out there that you can play from your browser. So, just go to decentraland.org or just Google Decentraland and you'll be taken to this page right here. Now, all you have to do is in the top right corner, click Start Exploring. It's honestly that simple. You may be greeted by a screen just like this, where you have the option to actually download Decentraland to your computer. But you do not have to. That's what's so good about it. You do not have to install anything. Do you want to play in your browser? Yes. Explore on the web. You will then be taken to a page just like this one. Here, you have the option to either register a wallet, or if you want to play, no strings attached, you can just join as a guest. That's what we're gonna be doing. And there we go. We are now in Decentraland. Now, if this is your first time in Decentraland, you will be given the option to customize your avatar. You will also be given a short tutorial that quickly explains just the basic movements, your ability to jump, and how you interact with NPCs and objects and other people. Now, this platform right here, this is not Decentraland. This is simply just a spawning platform. This is where everyone will spawn, with a few exceptions. But in general, this is where you will find yourself every time you boot up Decentraland. All you have to do to actually go out and explore is to jump down this little pool. But before we do that, there is one thing I need to mention. And that is, if you're planning on playing with a friend, or if you're planning on joining us for our live session next Thursday, wink wink, then you need to make sure that you're on the same realm. Now, realms in Decentraland are really just like servers or planes of existence. For example, if you are on one realm and your friend is on another, you will still have the same experiences. You'll be able to see the same things, the same lands, the same buildings. However, you will not be able to interact with one another. So make sure you're on the same realm. Now, in order to do that, click on Tab to open the menu. And in the top left, you'll see which realm you're on. I am currently on the realm Baldir. If you click on that, you can then choose which realm you want to be on. If you want to change realm, just quickly click on one of the other realms. Make sure you're on the same one. It's really that simple. Now, let's explore Decentraland. So let's dive in. Woo! There we go. Amazing. We are now in the very center of Decentraland. This is Genesis Plaza. Genesis Plaza is an amazing place for new players. This was made by the developers with the partial purpose of just creating a good space for new players to really get a good idea of what Decentraland is really all about. If you are a new player, I need to tell you this. We have NPCs. These are non-playable characters. These are just bots, essentially, that will tell you the same thing over and over again. But this one in particular, this lovely squid octopus gentleman, can give you a quick guide to Decentraland. If you are a beginner, I highly suggest you just go to this man here, talk to him, and yeah, he'll teach you how to get around and whatnot. However, I thought that today I would be your guide. So, as your guide, I decide that we start by going north. So we just exit the gates here. And we're going to want to go to this building right here. this is the Decentraland Museum. Now, the architecture of this building is a little bit strange, so you might have trouble finding the entrance, but this is the main entrance, and if you want to go for a little bit more of a fun experience, you can actually use this lift right here. So, the Decentraland Museum is, well, pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, it just explains the history of Decentraland. And there's a lot of these different exhibits that you can actually click on and read all about. You'll get a good idea of what Decentraland is all about. My personal favorite in this museum is this exhibit right here, which shows how avatars have evolved over time. They evolved over time, and eventually we are now here with these avatars. So there's a lot of different things you can look at, but I have another building in mind that I would also like for us to quickly check out. It's that building over there. But since we're passing by the auditorium, we may as well have a quick glance at that as well. So this is very much just an auditorium. You have a big screen, like you do in the cinema, and then there are all these seats around. So this is a good meeting spot for any kind of event. There are a ton of events to be held in Decentraland. This is a good place if you want to show them something on screen, or maybe just want like a really nice place to meet up to show off your wearables or discuss a certain topic. Who knows? But this is one of the many sort of event locations that you'll find in Decentraland. Let's move on to this building here. This is the NFT gallery, if you will. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but that's what I like to call it. The reason why I want to show you this is because NFTs are a big part of Decentraland. NFTs in Decentraland will typically look something like this. These are called wearables, and they are called that because they are clothing items that you can purchase for your character. Now, Decentraland has its own currency called mana. Mana can be purchased with real money on Decentraland's website. What makes NFTs special in Decentraland is that most of them are user-generated, which means that they are made by people like you and me, who can then make a profit. There are all types of things. You have shoes, you have t-shirts, you have angel wings, and you have sparkle effects. You can wear a halo. There's just an infinite amount of possibilities, really. Now, because wearables are a very big part of Decentraland, you are going to see them everywhere. And I'm not just talking about other users wearing their wearables. I mean that no matter where you go, you are probably going to see some kind of exhibit or gallery where they showcase their wearables because they want to sell them. So that's really all I have to say about Genesis Plaza right now. There is so much more to explore. There are more buildings. There are so many NPCs that will give you much better and more detailed information than I have. Now, getting around and navigating Decentraland might be a bit of a problem if you're a new player and you're not really sure how to do it. First thing I would like to mention is that there are trams and train systems. Most of the time you will just be running around on your own, and there is a very good way of navigating there as well, but I'll show you that in just a second. I thought that we would explore this. Now, I just pointed to nothing. What do you mean explore this? It is just a green patch of land. It is absolutely barren. There is nothing there. Well, that is a lie. There is actually so much out here. You just can't see it. And that is because of rendering. Rendering in Decentraland means that you have to get up close and personal with each plot of land and building in order to actually be able to see them and interact with them. There we go. I decided to get on top of the museum building. I'm on the roof right now, just so I could give you guys a bit of a better look at what I'm talking about. So like I said, this looks barren, it looks empty, but I promise you, there are so many different lands and experiences out here for you to discover once you get close enough. As you can tell, there are these like squares, really, and these represent land. And these can be purchased by either private people like you and me or companies. And it is then up to that person or that company to choose what they do with that piece of land. Typically, they make a building or they make some kind of game or other experience. If you are a bit curious about where you are on the map itself, you can click M and M on your keyboard and you will see the big map. It is very big. And yeah, you're free to explore, walk around, do whatever you want. One thing to keep in mind, Genesis Plaza is in the very center. In fact, if I put my cursor right there, you will see the coordinates are 0, 0. What better way to explore than to just go out into the wilds? So I thought we would actually just start walking out in the street right here. And you can already tell things are rendering. Here you have one of the trains I was talking about. And we already have buildings popping up. There's so much more to see. And there the train goes once again. But instead of using the train, we will actually be walking down the street. Now I'm gonna continue walking down the street, and I'll get right back to you once I find something that looks a little bit interesting. Alright, so I decided to stop at this building because it is huge. Oh, and I'm getting hit by the train. Look at that. I got hit by a train. Anyway, the building is huge, and there's just so much color. I just really want to see what's inside. And that's what I love about just exploring something like Decentraland, because you never know what you're going to find. So let's step inside and let's see what we got. There's a lot of sort of anime aesthetic going on here. We have people dancing. Oh, I actually know this character. Yeah, that's from Steins Gate. That's my favorite anime of all time. Anyway, let's take a lift up and see what we can find. Again, I've never been in this building. This is completely new to me, and I honestly don't know what to expect. Just really impressive architecture, really vibrant colors. It's very exciting. This would be a very nice place to hold something like an event or just meet up with some friends. Who knows? All right, I decided to step back out into the street because this building was a lot to take in. Anyway, what if you don't want to just have to run all the way? What if you just want to get to a certain specific location really fast? That is more than possible. By clicking tab, once again, you open your menu. You can go to your map, also by clicking M. And you can fast travel to any of these locations simply by clicking on a specific square. So, for example, we have Sida's Rare Wearable Museum. So, by just left clicking and pressing jump in, I will be transported to that specific location. What if you want to go to a specific spot, but you don't know where? What if you just want to find something new, something popular? Well, once again, go to your menu, and to the far left, we have Explore. And you have a few categories here. You have highlights, you have places, and you have events. This is a great function just to find new interesting things. But there is so much to see here. Again, it's endless. You can go on and just explore for hours. And we will be exploring a lot of this in the next video. So for now, I think we're actually just gonna go back to Genesis Plaza, which, as you can see, is one of the top trending places. So just click jump in. And we're back where we started, at the very top. That's really all I have to say. I don't really know what this video ended up being, but I wanted to give you some insight into what Decentraland really is. So I hope that you now have a bit more knowledge than you did when you first started watching the video. Like I said, we will be posting one more video on Decentraland, and we then also have the live session, which I highly recommend that you join us for if you're interested in the metaverse. So if you want to see more, please drop a follow on the Swedish Metaverse Center's LinkedIn page, because that's where we will be posting everything. And if you want to join the live session, I highly recommend that you sign up on the mailing list on our website. There's also going to be a link right above there in the box. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.